Roger, I'm on it.
Get up!
Coming around, heading 250.
Get up! We're almost
Roger,
there!
I got him lined up.
Gold Eagle's on the ground. Watch your snipers on thermal. Over.
You have the DSM. We got it, sir!
Good. That's one less loose end.
No!
Area is sanitized. All targets destroyed.
Solid copy. No movement detected. 2-6 going into holding pattern.
We've known each other for years. Fought together, bled together, been through the hell of Vietnam together. We've got a job to do.
And now the training's complete. We just need to give the subject a name.
Being cheeky, are we, Belle?
Like right now, I'll start talking like Adler. Where is Perseus? Perseus.
Where is Perseus?
This is Agent 47. Subscribe to Dan Allen Gaming. He's a great guy.
I have mad respect for you. You earned my respect.
Dan Allen! You and I. Going dark. Now.
I just want to say a big thank you to you and your community.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, it's so fun, and I love talking about this.
Hey, Danny, again, I think you're special. What you do is special. You're goddamn good at this.
I'll have to do it again. Thanks so much, man.
Anytime. Pleasure, man. Take care.
Take care.
Appreciate you,
appreciate you too.
wanting to be involved, and thank you for all the work you're doing in the space and keeping people involved in the game. And I think it's just beautiful. And it's
Ooh, welcome everybody to the show. Hope you're doing well. Craig Fairbrass will be chatting to us today. All things Call of Duty. Of course, he was Gaz. He was Ghost. He was in Infinite Warfare. He was in Modern Warfare 3. He was in Battlefield. He's been in 40, 50 films. This guy is an absolute legend. I can't wait to talk to him. Guys, I hope you're well. I'm Dan as always today. And if you do enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out my other interviews with all the Call of Duty stars. But not only the Call of Duty stars, I've had the Red Dead Redemption stars. I've had the Cyberpunk stars. We've had a lot of great interviews. Who have we got in here today? 141 is being spammed in the chat. Task Force 141, hey? Ghost is in the chat. Today is my birthday, so you make Craig say happy birthday. We'll keep the shout outs to a minimum because I mean everyone wants a shout out, you know. How are we all doing? Who have we got in here? We got Mr. Z, Bernie, Hamster, Sidewinder, Who Cares, Mr. Mo, Claudie, the Tactical Rhino. It's a cool name. Goku, Ghost Forever. I hope you're excited, guys. I don't think there's been many interviews with Craig on YouTube, to be honest. Not many anyway that I could find, especially talking about Call of Duty gaming. So we're going to dive into all that and get some questions answered. He's very good in popular games. Powerful and handsome actor. You talking about me or Craig? Let's do this. I'm good, Swaggy. How are you? Fruit killing skills are remarkable. Maybe I should show him my impression. Your fruit killing skills are remarkable. Nice. Knife for watermelon. Where are you all tuning in from? Craig will be here in 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes to chat before he's on. John Price, I love you, Craig, and I love you, Dan. Well, John, thank you very much. I hope I meet him one day. Yeah, maybe one day. What time is it in your location in Australia? It is 1:20 a.m. It's a late one here for yours truly. Would you believe the interview I did this morning was at 6 a.m. with Jamie Gray Hyder? I've been up since then, so it's 2 in 1 day. That's the commitment I have, guys. Now, I want to thank, just quickly, our Onion Army. Okay, I'm muted. I'm back now. So, this is the Onion Hall of Fame. If you become a member of the channel, you can get your name etched on the Onion Hall of Fame. Alanator, Tommy, Giovanni, Who Cares, Bulletproof, Mox, Planet, Bushy, D. Gray. Who Cares is in here now. He's made it into the Hall of Fame. He's a member of the channel. So if you want to go above and beyond, you can become a member. Alright, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to actually watch a couple of Craig's films in the last couple of months. So I'm really loving what he's been up to. How do I get everyone? It's impressive. Who knows? Hey, who knows? Sorry, yeah, I was muted there, guys. Alright, guys. Let's do it. Let's get Craig in. Can you hear me, Craig? Maybe I've chosen the wrong one. Hold on. I got two Craigs in here. Which one am I removing?
Oh, you got two. You got two. I think connect first of all.
Hold on. I think I know which one.
Oh yeah, I've got two. If I come off of yours, leave meeting.
Oh. Craig, can you hear me, mate? Technical difficulties, guys. We'll get there. You heard him. You heard him. You heard him. He's trolling, yeah. Hold on. Oh, if you can hear me, Craig, join on the other one. Okay. He should be joining on the other one. Let's just... Let's just make sure this is, you know, it's Zoom, guys. Things don't go to plan. Just bear with us here. F in the chat, hey? No. What are my thoughts on COD 2021? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Vanguard, World War II, the sequel. All right, here he is.
How are we doing?
I can hear. I can't see you, brother.
I can see you.
You can? It's
Yeah.
a nice sight, isn't it?
How's
Hey!
that? There we go. Fucking hell. Sorry about that.
Mate, how you doing? Nice to have you on the show, brother.
It's a pleasure to be on your show, Dan. Finally.
Mate, yeah, I know. Mate, can I just say, you're a fucking legend. Let's just get that out of the way. You are a fucking legend. The quality
I don't know
gear.
about that. People use that term lightly now.
The quality
Legend.
gear, though, that you're putting out, the last two movies I saw with your face in them, my God, so good.
Well, Dan, it's a great question. I'm trying my hardest to somehow stick with quality independent films. It's not easy to do because you get offered a lot of shitty stuff, and it's easy to do it, but something's happened since Villain and Muscle. They got a little bit more depth to them. There's a lot more going on. They're a lot more intelligent. They've got great stories, great characters, great arc, just good films.
People know a quality film and they just enjoy a quality film, don't they?
100%, mate. 100%.
How was your 2020, mate? How did you go?
Well, I just finished. Funny enough, I shot 2 movies in lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Is
really
that the
good
prison one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's heavy duty.
Yeah.
It's in the same vein. It's the same quality as the last two. It's a fantastic script. Quite violent, but just a great story. Really good story about an older guy, me, who's, you know, he's killed 2 or 3 people. He's in prison, and right out the blue, he gets a new cellmate, a young black gang member, and it's about their relationship. How, I don't want to say too much, but it's a very, very original, stunning story. Written and directed by Ross McCall, who was one of the big stars of Band of Brothers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to implore everyone watching right now to go and watch Villain and Muscle, because I've watched them both recently. Both different films. I mean, you play completely different characters. One's likable, one not so likable, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you balance that?
I don't know. It's just exciting to play them parts, you know, especially when you're working with quality directors, and there's a little bit more going on. It's exciting. It really is to play characters, people. Especially, I mean, Terry in Muscle. He was just he's just a psychotic, raving, bisexual lunatic. He's just, you know, one of them.
So you didn't have to stretch too far, did you?
Yeah, but it's funny because Jared Johnson, you know, who's did Hyena, and Tony. I don't know if you're familiar.
The director,
very dark, very edgy stuff. When you're making that stuff, you know, you really hope that it's going to be good. You know, it's black and white. It's quite arty, but at the same time, I think people really resonate with a really good story. And the relationship with me and Simon, you know, that dark, overtaking someone's life. You know.
Well, I wanted to ask you, why do you think they went for black? Why did he go for black and white? Was it the claustrophobic feeling, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we've been forever trying to get that film off. I mean, we was meant to have made it 5 years ago, and it was always black and white. Jared was categoric, you know, it has to be black and white. And obviously, in that time frame, you've had a bunch of movies come out all in black and white. So we was the last, and everybody's going, "Oh, they're trying to be." It's like, if only you knew. And it suited the location of Newcastle, you know, that area, that sort of that landscape. It worked. The film worked. I got some incredible reviews. I'm really proud. I've kept a lot of them. Because when someone calls you a revelation, or you're, you know, Empire Magazine and the BFI here, you know, finally you get singled out for doing something you love, that people believe in and you know, pat you on the back. It's lovely.
So you'd never had this reception for a film, this much good reviews?
Not really. Not really. I'll be honest with you, because my stuff in the past has been very sort of commercial. I've never really had a chance to get apart from the, you know, Rise of the Foot Soldier sort of changed things for me, because the first film I came out of it really well, and then they came to me and said, you know, we want to do another one, number 3, solely on you, and the same with number 4. And number 3, I won Best Actor at the National Film Awards, and even though it was a very commercial thing, it was my first chance to be a lead in a movie, carry the film, and sort of show what I can do as an actor. Because we're all looking for that opportunity, you know, that chance to show what you can do. And I think it made people scratch their head. They thought, he's a big geezer, but he's not a bad actor. Let's give him another part. And then Villain came along.
You're getting better with age. You're stepping it up. Seriously, you are stepping up. You're showing range the last few years.
Well, you know what? It's funny. You're not the first person to have said that. And I've always fought against that. That's the strange thing about it. Is like, oh fuck, I'm getting old. But as my son say to me, Dad, this is the best you've ever been.
No, seriously, really great performance in Muscle. What about that weird? Oh, it was a very, very weird scene. I won't spoil it for people, but
the orgy.
Yeah, the orgy.
Yeah.
How do you Talk me through your thoughts on that, please.
Mate, you talked me through it. I mean, as I said, I did some press on it. I said it took me fucking 3 days to get over. Just the smell.
Oh, fucking
but
hell.
no, it was.
Oh my god.
2 cameras and 2 days of just rolling. But you got to remember something. We had I think 6 pairs of bona fide swingers who couldn't wait to have sex on film. That was their thing. So it was no big deal for them. It was, and then we slipped in actors and extras.
Far out.
Yeah. And Jared's very much like that. He's very much for the realness. Hates anything fake. Wanted. Because there's 2 cuts. There's a softer cut and then there's the devil cut.
Maybe I saw the devil cut.
Yeah, I know, it's full on, isn't it? I mean, it is full on. I warn people, especially older relatives.
Seriously, no, it is. I give a warning. Maybe go for the soft cut, but it's a fantastic film, mate. Really, really well done, and even villain as well. You're just such a likable guy in that. For a guy in prison that's come out of prison, there's a lot of heart to that film.
Critics' Choice, New York Times. I mean.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought? Number 7 in the iTunes US movie chart. That little film.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Really, really, really good. But it's a good film. It's a good little film. Very
really
watchable.
Is. Oh yeah, really watchable. Eddie Franks is your character. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his name in that one. I mean, it's one of those ones where you look at the cover, and that doesn't give away. Like, do you agree?
Oh, don't, mate. We had murders, absolute murders.
Yeah.
Between me and you. And it was even worse. It was even worse. I mean, it was bad enough here because we thought. But then again, people. At the end of the day, it's a business. So distributors and guys who are buying the film, they've got to fall back to a safeguard audience, and that. The Safeguard audience is a film that changed everything for me. It's the Foot Soldier franchise. I mean, it's got a huge, huge fan base. So, if once the people who really appreciate proper film fall out of the way, there's the guys who come in, with their mates, even though they love good film, who have a beer and a Chinese and go, oh, it's that geezer from, but it was even worse in the States. I mean, but it is a business. What can you do?
Yeah. So I don't people looking at the cover art, if you're going to buy it or rent it, don't be fooled, because it's a lot more than what it, more than meets the eye, I guess, isn't it?
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more.
So what about Rise of the Foot Soldier, mate? How was that third movie? That really propelled you, didn't it?
Oh, the one out in Marbella. Yeah.
Would you say the third one, or what? Which one?
I think I'm sorry. You're 100% right. It's me who's wrong. Yeah, only because I missed one out, and I always count as the third one as fourth.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Number 3. It did. It sort of it just showed. I don't know. It just showed something, and I even noticed it myself. I just changed. I've grown into myself, and I was a lot more confident and a lot more. On screen, and I had a little bit more gravitas, put it that way. And when people are writing, and when Villain came along, there was stuff in there, quite a lot of emotional stuff, and you think, just give me the chance, I'll show you, I'll smash it. Because I love that stuff. I take acting very seriously. It's not a game. I love it more than anything.
I know
you get it right.
I know you're a film buff. You've given me a few recommendations on Twitter over the last year. I recently watched Bryan Cranston in the new series. Your Honor, yeah. Off the back of your recommendation. Great show. Just binged the whole thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I did, because I'm not being funny. You know this. We all know this. With the advent of all the Netflixes and the Amazon Primes and all that, for every now and again picking something out that is incredible, there's a lot of poo. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can spend an hour and a half every night trying to pick something. We all do it, don't we? We go through. But every now and again, something pops that is quality. And tight, great storyline, brilliant actors, and a really, really story that resonates with so many people about how the world is now, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
I can see that ghost picture frame behind you with a few signatures on it. There.
You know what? I've got another one, but this is my study in my house, and I'm doing it all up. I'm going to make it a little shrine.
Nice.
Nice. And that is from everybody with Activision or Infinity Ward. That's from, I got 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
That signed from everyone who was involved.
Feel
in the
free
game,
to send one to me
over.
after the interview if you want, mate.
Yeah, and they sent it over. It was lovely, and I framed it because it was, you know, they're a part of your life that you remember, and it came at the right time. You know, the games.
Well, you've said openly that getting Gaz saved your life in many ways, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I was out in LA doing the trips, as millions of actors do. You know, getting backwards. You know, every 6 weeks, going out there, coming home, going back. And you know, you're looking for any string to your bow to bring extra money in. And purely by coincidence, I ended up going with a voiceover agent. I cut it short, and ended up going for an audition for this, and ended up doing 5 more games. I'm not a gamer. I got myself into a lot of trouble with the guys because I said once on Twitter that I've done 4 under the Modern Warfare thing. But what I did, I counted Infinity Warfare. Oh God, mate! I woke up one morning, I had 20 million emails from lawyers going, we're putting you in Alcatraz. Literally, it was like, hold a minute.
Fucking hell. I can imagine. Fuck. They're so tight on those NDAs. I know. Fuck me. Fuck. That's so funny. You only had a small part in Infinite Warfare, yeah? Did you do motion capture for that?
I went in. Sorry?
Did you do motion capture for that one?
No, I never. I just went in. I mean, don't get me wrong. They really looked after me then. I mean, and the money's great. And they called me up and said, listen, you know, we're having some problems with some voices. Would you like to come in and we'll pay you your usual bits and pieces? I said, I'll have it. You know? I didn't do that. I then jumped across, maybe I'm going to Battlefield, where I did the motion capture. And that was a whole nother experience, you know. But you know, getting back to the Call of Duty, a lot of fun. Real didn't know what he was a part of at the time, put it that way.
So when you got Gaz, how did it all work? Like, was it all voice at that time?
All
voice. In the booth?
Yeah, all in the booth, yeah.
All by yourself?
Yeah. Oh yeah, just standing there with flip-flops on or bare feet, dripping off the end of your nose. Looking at, because the worst thing is, when I was doing the games, with Keith Aaron, he was saying to me, you know, you're really good at this, and your sessions we booked you for, you steam through them. So it was the worst thing I could have done. So, so it just, you know, you stand in that booth with all them lines and you just shout them out, and you obviously end up doing the louder ones at the end. Otherwise, you'd have no voice. But,
what did you think when you read the line, "Your fruit killing skills are remarkable"?
Do you know, a lot of people message me about that and say, "Can you send it to me? I'll say it."
It's an iconic line now. I don't know if you know. It's dead.
Well, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a gamer. My two boys played the game with their mates, and they used to laugh when I used to come in and go, "Oh, it's the old man. It's got the same voice."
Yeah.
But I was never into the games.
You were the cool dad.
But yeah, they were there. You don't, as I said to you, I never really realised what they actually were. I mean, me and Billy, you know,
really,
play Captain Price. Yeah, you know, Billy Murray is. Yeah, I was out doing Gaz, and I was saying to the guys, I said, "Oh, you listen to what's his trailer, my mate?" You know, blah blah blah. He ended up playing Captain Price. It was a weird situation. Yeah, and Bill became one of the biggest characters in the film. But we were both. I remember in 2009, 2010, we went to the Modern Warfare premiere at Leicester Square, and we both
for the second
said
game.
to each other, "Yeah, We both didn't realise what we was a part of and how actually big that whole world is.
Well, so is that when you found out around that time? Because I mean, you would know now. They're all 20 million copies plus. Who knows how many people have played those games now? Probably 50 million people.
Yeah,
like it's insane the reach the game has.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's funny because on the I went back to LA and they called me in for Modern Warfare 3, and they said, "Oh, come down to Infinity War and Activision." Wallcroft, yeah. Come down and we'll show you everything, how it works from beginning to end. And that really was the first time that it sort of dawned on me just what's involved in that 2-year time to make a game. And you're there, and they took me down into a theatre and showed me the trailer of when we was on the underground shooting the things. It was just incredible. And I'm forever grateful. I mean, I'm so happy to have been a part of that. Because it's a bit cooler with the kids.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Surely you were the cool dad.
I was, mate, at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah. It was always say it. Go on, let's do this. It was.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. When you're doing those lines in the booth, you've probably got no idea how big they're gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
They're just any other line to you, and then years later, here people are asking for cameos with you saying all these lines.
No, I know, mate. Yeah, I did a load at Christmas for Bud Light, little campaign they did, and more in the US. It's the cameo stuff. It's more the Call of Duty gear. And it goes from strength to strength. The games are doing incredible from what I see that pops up. I get Google alerts, and people tell me, and
When did you find out that there was a new Ghost being casted?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, the games were always an extra. They were so few and far between the time scale in between each game. It wasn't like, it's going to be, if you got that call, you got that call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, what a touch. But the funny thing was, I didn't do it. And then Battlefield approached me and said, we'll fly you out to Serbia, get you scanned up. They really looked after me, take you to Sweden for a motion capture game. So that led to that. And then that led to Squadron 42 with Gary Oldman and Star Citizen and that type of stuff. But I think obviously the Modern Warfare notoriety helped with people making that connection with my voice in the game. But then I just...
You honestly, I don't know if you know this, you would probably be in the top 10 most iconic gaming voices there are. I don't know if anyone's told you that, but you're dead set.
Yeah.
But so many people would recognize your voice. It's just crazy. Yeah. I don't know if you... Yeah.
It's nice to know that.
Trust me.
It's nice to know, yeah.
Trust me. Yeah. So Battlefield was your first motion capture with the suit on and everything?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that is a whole... I don't know if you've ever done it or been involved in it or know of it or stood there or watched or... It's quite intense. It's quite in depth. It's quite a rigmarole,
Yeah, I was going to ask, how did you find that? It's a bit more freeing than being, in a voice acting booth. At least you get to play off the actors.
You do, but it's just the gear you got on. It's
uncomfortable.
They just uncomfortable, and it also just moved it upper stage with all the equipment. The new mics, the new gloves. So, if you're not the most patient of person, getting dressed for 3 hours.
Really?
Mate, you have no idea. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's a palaver. Getting all that gear on, and then you've got to somehow try and act natural.
So it is tough.
Yeah.
And you've got nothing around, do you, except the people? You got no...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's your imagination.
A wooden stick and a green screen, but at the end of the day, you look back on it, and it's mind-blowing. Yeah.
So Squadron, that's not out yet, is it? That's got a fucking huge cast. Did you meet all those guys? Gary Oldman, Ben Mendelsohn's a big... I love that guy, Aussie.
Oh, I'm a massive fan of his as well. Great
actor. Yeah.
Great actor. Which reminds me, his show, The Outsider, you should catch. I don't know if you've seen it.
Great show. Yeah, I've watched it.
Great show. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his other film recently, Baby Teeth. Unbelievable.
No, I haven't. No.
You got to watch
Good?
it. Great movie.
Oh, mate, I will. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
9 out of 10. Unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah. But did you meet those guys or what?
You know what? It's all different days. You crisscross. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Gillian Anderson was coming in. Henry Cavill was coming out. It was all different. It's a massive cast.
Where do they get the money for this cast?
You tell me about it. You know, they raised it on Kickstarter, like $200 million.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Far,
I mean, from
that's how.
For, gamers.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know the full story behind it because I know it's not out yet, but it's in development. But
yeah.
Is that the same
it's
as?
done, but it's in post-production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So were you a main character in that or just a co-star?
No, I was just, I just got a small bit like everyone else. You just come in and do it.
Yeah.
I did like 4 days in it, but it was fun.
I've got a question here from Jiminator. He says, if you were offered to play Simon Riley Ghost in another game, would you accept? So essentially, would you go back to that video game world with this momentum that you've got in the last few films?
Of course.
You would?
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Yeah. It's all about the dollar as well, you know. No, but of course. Listen, I'm an actor. If jobs come, jobs go. It's one of those things. You know.
Well, mate, you've nicked a few roles. How many credits have you got now? 50 under your belt? Movies?
On IMDb, I think I've done about 50 movies. Yeah, all of them. Every time on the fifth. It's touching that. Yeah.
How do you look back on your career so far?
I'm really happy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm under no illusions. I'm not up here, but I ain't down now. I've said that 1,000 times. I'm sort of in a world where I'm working and I'm doing what I love. You know, I'm comfortable and everything's sweet. And as I say, I've got another Foot Soldier coming out. I've only got a little bit in that. I only did like 4 days in it. And then this prison film with me and Stephen Adubola from Blue Story. It's heavy. As I said, it's a heavy duty drama. And then I've just been sent a script that they're just about to give it the green light now, which is great. You know, I'm sort of doing the gear I want to do, which is great. You know, there's not. I wish there was more of them, but
more dramatic.
There are
roles.
to find good scripts.
You're getting more dramatic roles on your door now. After
more sort of sort of commercial stories, or should I say, sort of stories that appeal to people, but with just a little bit more depth to them. You know, the characters have got a little bit more going on. You know, there's a little bit more empathy there. There are, the vulnerability side of things. There's a weakness. There's the things that, all the colours that make characters interesting, not just one-dimensional. You know.
Yeah, I was going to say the last few films, all the characters you've played have a weakness or have a lot more character development throughout the films.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was wondering, is that just you being choosy? Is it?
Trying to be. You know, just trying to be. And I'm lucky enough that producers have come to me that came to me in that time frame with 2 different films. They said, listen, we want you to play the lead. You want to do it? And me reading it and going, I'd kill to play these parts. You know, this is what I've been looking for since I became an actor. You know, good roles.
I just realised, I think, does every Call of Duty character that you've played die in the game?
I think they do. I remember them saying to me. I remember once they said to me, we just keep bringing you back.
Oh, far out.
I think I did 4 games and one big online game for China.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think they all died.
Ghosty here asked, what did you think of the ghost death scene? A lot of people are asking about it because it's a massive scene in the COD community, and
Well,
the
let me
history
say
of the game.
something to you, and I mean this truthfully. If I
Yeah.
had £1 for every email that's come through to my address
Oh,
on my website or IMDb for
mate.
people who've said to me, or when I've gone to Comic Cons and they've queued up and gone to me, it was one of the most upsetting things that I've ever seen. I said, I'm just a voice. How do you feel about it? I was like, but you can understand, because what we were just talking about, when you do get characters that you invest in and you believe them, it's happened to me. I've been gutted when someone's died in a film and gone, I really liked him, you know. But yeah, it was strange, but it is it's a powerful scene, even though
it really is.
You know, it really is. The music's incredible.
Oh,
I think
Hans
it's the score
Zimmer. Hans Zimmer, man.
Yeah.
God, what a genius that guy is. Far out. I just played it before we went live here, and everyone was crying, bringing back the old memories.
Yeah. Was you an avid gamer? Was you a Modern Warfare boy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do this for a living, mate. So I've played every Call of Duty that's ever come out, back to front. So
What's your favourite out of all of them?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. Probably Modern Warfare or Black Ops. Probably the Gaz one, or Black Ops would probably be my favorite. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I do it for a living, so
you
know, it's not like I've got a bit more spare time than you on my hands. I don't think you have.
I think we've all got spare time with this bleating COVID business.
Well, I know you're a golfer as well, mate. I'm a bit of a golfer too. What's your handicap at the moment?
I'm not very good. I play off of 18. I started very young. I started very old. My dad always played. Before he died, he made me started playing. My two boys played. I love it. I just wish I could get better at it. It's just so hard. I find it so hard. I really do. But I enjoy it. I love the social side of it. You know, having a laugh, a few beers.
Oh yeah, 100%. Have you ever been down here in Melbourne? We've got some good courses down here.
Oh mate, listen to me. All my life, I've been praying. Nearly it happened. I nearly got a job in Australia. I was like, it fell through. But I know one day I'm going to get that call and they go to me, guess where we're filming? Oh, yes. Well, I can't wait to go to Australia. I really.
You've been to how many countries have you filmed in? You would have filmed in about 40 plus.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the closest I've been is Fiji.
Yeah.
And, but no, I really want to go. It's such a flight, though, isn't it? When was it? You've been to the UK, I suppose, haven't you?
No, I haven't been to the UK. That's next on my bucket list. But I know with COVID, you know, I was supposed to go this or last year, but I mean, COVID's just rocked everything, hasn't it? It's fucked.
Mate, no.
You guys still in lockdown or what?
Semi.
Okay.
But funny enough, I was watching this program last night on Sky News Australia about this new evidence of, you know, the lab in Wuhan.
Oh, really?
The virology lab.
What do they reckon?
You know, well, just saying, you know, it's such a complex virus. The way it's chopping and changing, it just seems like it can't be natural. They did 2 interviews on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, nobody knows anything, but you look at that stuff and you go, you know, you got the market and then you got a laboratory that all it does is viruses, and is it a coincidence? You know, what? Who knows? I mean, I'm sure it will come out one day. But it's not good, is it? I mean, when you think about the effect it's had on the whole planet in a year, you know.
Well, at least, you know, you and myself, we've been blessed that we've been able to still work through, and you know, some people don't have that fortune, do they?
No, they don't. Funny enough, they don't. As I said, we were lucky to. I mean, it was difficult with the COVID testing weekly and everybody masked up and being on set, and we was in a prison, and you know, I came off, and then we had that new variant in the winter. And I thought to myself, how I never got it, I don't know. Yeah. Because we was like an intense space of people, and because you know what it's like, if one person gets it, no matter in what capacity they are to do with the show, you get shut down. I think that's why a lot of the bigger films, with the insurances and stuff. We got the vaccines and just got to get on that.
Have you been vaccinated yet or not?
I have.
Oh, you have? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I can't wait for number 2. I want to get on holiday. I want to get on that beach.
Is it flattering to know that a lot of the characters you get have been in prison or killed people? How does that feel as an actor?
Well, to be honest with you, I've said this a million times. It says it on my IMDb page. There's one thing than being typecast, and that's not cast.
I guess it's typecast a little bit. I guess so. But not every character's out of prison.
No, of course. not of course. But, if you're, I'm lucky because we all fall into categories as actors. And beggars can't be choosers. There's so many actors out there now.
It's gotten worse and worse, hasn't it? Every year. Well, I look at someone like Adam Sandler as typecast. I mean, he plays himself in every movie, doesn't he? And he's carved a bit of a career for himself.
God, how many actors don't? Really. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah. Do you think there's a stigma around video game acting in Hollywood or in the stuff that you've come across? Like to the actors you come across, do you ever discuss that you've done games with them and what do they say? Because I feel like there's still this stigma like, oh, it's over there, it's...
Oh, no, I find it complete reverse.
Do you?
Oh, massively. Massively.
Really?
When I was out in LA, when I was out in LA, people were coming over when I was on doing films and work, and they come up and say, "You're the voice of Ghost, didn't you, on the video games?" I was like, yeah. How'd you get that gig? The stars. I mean, have you seen the cast they've had in Call of Duty, the franchise?
Oh, yeah. I mean, unbelievable, yeah.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah, Idris Elba was in it. Who else?
But the Americans... God, now I'm because it's been so long since I looked at it.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Incredible.
It's an incredible
actors.
You've got Kevin McKidd,
Barry Pepper,
Will Arnett. Barry Pepper, Keith David, Lance Henriksen. You also had Gary Oldman, who was in the other Call of Duty.
Gary Oldman.
Timothy Oliphant.
Brian.
Brian Bloom.
Bruce
Greenwood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, yep.
Yeah, mate, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it when I was doing it. I was like, I can't believe I'm in this. I'm with these people.
Actors. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you as well, what was it like to work with Denzel and Sly all those years back?
Well,
as a young lad.
As a young lad, a very young lad. I mean, Denzel, it was his second big film. He'd done A Soldier Story, and then they working title brought him over here to do For Queen and Country, and he was like going to be the new hot thing, but no one knew just how hot, just how good, we're talking Man on Fire territory. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I look at him and I go, I still can't believe that I shared the screen with that man.
Yeah, do you pinch yourself? Yeah.
No, I do, and it's a claim to fame, but it's also got massive respect because, if you can share the screen with an actor of that caliber, and come out of it, it's great memory.
Yeah, same with Stallone.
Yeah, that was a huge experience.
Because I mean, you didn't have a huge role, but that must have set you on the right path at that time. You know what I mean?
It did and it didn't. You know what I mean? It was a spit and a cough in a film, but when you actually look, and I mean this, I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
Well, you're plugged into the business. You know what I'm talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
When they made that film in 1992,
Yeah.
if I said to you how many actors they would see in Hollywood and around the world to play them 5 guys, them 5 villains, you're talking millions of actors. I'm exaggerating the point. But that is when casting first became global, where they would go, right, we're looking for 5 villains. Your actors, all your best geezers who think they look the part in Australia, go on tape, send it in. Blah, 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 blah. And that went on. I was in LA and I went up for the part. So for me to have a spit in a coffin, a $200 million movie with Sylvester Stallone, when I got on the plane at 28 years of age and everybody went to me, don't go, you got no chance. To come back and nick a part in a film that big, I wouldn't have cared if they said to me it was one line, because I was there from the beginning in April and I was there to the end of August in Italy. And it was a huge eye-opener of how big movies work, being around American actors, seeing how that machine works, giving me more confidence to go where I wanted to go after, and to know that I stepped off that plane in Los Angeles and I nicked a role. I got a part. I remember watching Die Hard 2 and thinking, I can be one of them guys. That's what made me get on the plane. I can be one of them villains, one of them fellas with a part, walking through with a gun. If they can do it, you know what I mean? I was a young, excitable, young geezer who just wanted to be in one of them big action blockbusters.
Well, when they do the new James Bond, right, with whoever the next James Bond is, can you please be the villain, the main villain?
Oh, mate, don't. I'd kill.
You would kill that role. You would kill that role, man.
I know. Well, when I did the bank job, Roger Donaldson said to me, I don't know how they've not nicked you for a baddie in Bond. Or Mr. Baddie's right-hand man. I was like, well, tell me about it.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed.
Would you be
I'm
open?
hitting him when he's in my phone.
Well, the thing is, like, muscle and villain just go to show that it doesn't matter about budget to make a good film. You don't need $100 million plus, do you really? Because I reckon I've watched 100 plus movies that have $100 million budget that are worse, way worse. Muscle's way better, and same with villain. Better films.
Yeah.
I
agree, mate. To be honest with you, I don't think money comes into it. I mean, it helps if you're doing
helps with time and scale, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I can't tell you how many shit $100 million films I've seen in the last 6 months to a year. I turn them off.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolute dog shit. You go, how on earth has this been made? But that's the film business, isn't it?
Yeah. What are some directors you want to work with in the future?
Oh, you know what?
If you
I don't
like,
know. I mean,
what about a Nolan or a Fincher?
Yeah, I mean, I love all them people. You know what I mean? But it's, it's a tough old game. Do you know what I mean? It's
I know.
All you can do. It's funny what you just said. All you can do is keep working, and hopefully you keep your fingers crossed that one of them may be sitting on a plane one day, or they might be late in their hotel room and they're bored, and all of a sudden they might cut into villain or they might cut into muscle and go, who's that? Because it happens.
Oh, yeah.
And then they see you and you might get up for the role and you might end up nicking the part. Yeah.
How does it work for you now? You don't have to audition surely anymore.
Oh no, of course. It all depends what level of, if it's a small independent film, then no. Do you know what I mean? Because they're obviously they go to the buyers and they can, I'm talking about the lower end of filmmaking, the independent stuff. But in the big movies, because you're always you're a choice. But the little films I've done okay business.
Yeah.
So
well, they do well on Sky, don't they?
They do well on Sky, on the downloads, the streaming stuff platforms, Amazon.
Was it Foot Soldier that did 1 million buys? Is that what I'm thinking of?
It's done over 1 million DVDs, but Foot Soldier 3 was one of the biggest. Yeah, but Foot Soldier 3 was one of Sky's biggest ever releases at the time of release. And number 4 was on iTunes, number 1 twice here, went back in over Christmas.
Is that just word of mouth?
Yeah, I think it's the franchise itself, and the crowd. I mean, the audience that watch Rise of the Foot Soldier have been amazing to us. They've been very supportive. They're there. They're a diehard audience that love the films, and there's a fascination with the Essex murders. So people, they try and take us and then put us in another film, and if they do a little bit of business, then you get another one. It's
walk me through that crazy scene in the prison where I'm trying to remember it, but I think you stab a guy with something and then throw him off, and he lands like this on a bench or something. You remember the scene? How do they pull that off? Tell me. How do you pull that off?
Yeah.
He was on string, right?
Yeah, he was on a wire, to help him come down. It's just a stunt guy,
pretty basic stuff.
Yeah, but they're uber violent movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every now and again, I'll go, listen, this is a bit strong. The way the world is. Should we really be doing this?
It's very strong. Some of those stabbings, they don't hold back. I don't know how you get so close. And
I know, and it's and the character I played, Pat Tate. He was the worst out of the 3, the most violent. I mean, he was just absolute psycho.
Yeah.
But as I said to you, you get a little following. People get to know you. They message you, and they, what's your next film, and at a certain level, you can make a good little movie.
Yeah. Well, I really do hope you do a bit more, more grounded work like Villain, nicer guys. I think you've got the range, mate. I think you're phenomenal. So
wait for Ire. They're going for it. Maybe the title may be changing. That means Rage.
Is it out this year?
It will be out this year, but
Nice.
Trust me when I say this to you, it's a really, really. I mean, if listening to you from what you like and what you appreciate. I really think you'll like it. It's a very in-depth. There's a lot going on. I mean, it's violent. Don't get me wrong, but it's a stunning story. And great actors. It's a quality little film. So keep an eye out for it.
I think we've got the same taste because I remember you also recommended the Robert Pattinson flick, Devil All the Time on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
that was another one. That I watched. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
have you seen The King?
Yeah, anything Ben Mendelsohn's in, Joel Edgerton, mate. I love those two blokes. Yeah. Great film.
Yeah, they've done so well. I've got to say, Aussie Actors in LA, they really smash it.
What do you think it is? Is it?
I don't know. To be honest with you, and I'll say this to you, I mean, I can't do it. I really struggle. But I think they find the American accent a bit easier.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, and like the Irish do. There's a rhythm now. And a lot of the guys look good. I mean, when you think about it, the big Aussie guys, they look great.
Yeah. Like your Hemsworth brothers, yeah.
Yeah. They're all good, aren't they? They're all, leading the way.
Yeah, I'm not much against them, unfortunately. What about those Marvel films? Do you watch any of those Marvel or DC films, or what do you think about them?
Then I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie. Be
honest.
Yeah, I'm being honest, mate. They're not a bit of me. I mean, I can't watch people being punched through buildings for an hour and a half. I just after about the 10th time they go through the brick walls and all that, maybe because I'm getting older. But
well, you only just turned 40, yeah.
30, 35. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is I just find it
no substance.
Find it hard. Yeah.
Is it? Do you feel that it's a shame that those movies, do millions at the box office, and then there's these small indies like a Parasite. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
fantastic film.
Love that film. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, those sort of those films don't get as much recognition. Does that annoy you, or do you understand it, or what?
No, I understand it. It doesn't annoy me at all. Them Marvel films are very entertaining. The younger audience, all audiences love them, and you're either into them or you're not. I mean, I'd love to be in one, but as far as watching it, I'm a bit of a weird one, me. My taste for films. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a prostitute. I'm an actor. If I'm paid, I'll do it. In the bigger movies, but it's the fact of what you actually choose to watch yourself in terms of when I want to watch a movie. I mean, I watch so many old films,
oh, really?
Yeah, I love it.
Like
I love
Clint Eastwood or older?
No,
or
the
what?
old black and whites,
Yeah.
Treasure Sierra Madre I watched yesterday with Humphrey Bogart. That's so due a remake. That greed factor between groups of men, and I just, Angel with Dirty Faces, White Heat, all the great.
I went back and watched
the old film noir.
I went back and watched Seven Samurai. I don't know if you've seen that. That's an old school black and white 1940s, I think. That's one of the older ones I've seen lately. But I'm just a big thriller fan. I don't know about you. That's my genre. Upcoming projects. So you've got Aya. What else have you got in the works that you can talk about? Anything?
There's a couple of things. There's a TV thing we're trying to develop that is really good.
When you say develop, you're writing it, producing it, or
no? It's all done. It's we're out there now trying. It was something that I got involved with. I was in a play. I did a play last year. So sometimes you do things. I just felt I needed to do something different.
Really?
Yeah, and I did this play for 2 months. It got Olivier nominated.
Wow.
It got 4 stars. It's about PTSD in soldiers. Really good play. But there's only 6 of us in it. Very intense, small audience. And a couple of writers come and see me in the play and said, I like what you do. I'd love to write something for you. And I met this guy, Lance Nilsson, lovely fella. And in lockdown, I thought to myself, right, I've got 2 films. How do you turn negatives to positives? How do you utilise dead time? Every day must serve a purpose. Got to move forward. If I'm not acting, I've got to be doing something. So we developed this idea for a TV series. It's like a cross between The Shield and Brackwell. I don't know if you've seen any of them shows.
No, I don't think I have.
Very hard hitting, corrupt cops, but a lot deeper, a lot going on. And then a couple of movies. This thing, Killian, out in the Canary Islands, that's come my way, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And a couple of other scripts, but nothing are worth talking about because until they go pull the trigger, green light, it's difficult. And at the moment, I've got to get new agents, and it's
okay.
Yeah,
it's full on. It's full on.
Yeah.
I want to see you play. I don't know if you played a detective before, have you?
You know what? I did a thing called Prime Suspect.
Oh,
I only had to spit in a cough in it.
Yeah.
But the reason you just said that is the fact of this series. It's called Second Skin. It's very much heavy duty, dark, detective, tortured soul, lunatic, but a nice guy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But he's a cozzer.
Yeah,
as we call him. He's old Bill. He's got his own secrets.
Yeah,
but it's a fantastic story. It's to do with human trafficking, and So we're seeing how that goes. There's no guarantees in anything, but you can only keep pushing, keep trying. And I don't know. I could pick my phone up now. It's been flashing. Could be a job tomorrow to come to Australia. You never know.
I'd love that, mate. I'll take you for a round of golf down Royal Melbourne. Sam Vose says, I fucking love this bloke. I think he's talking about you, but you never know. He could be talking about me. Jerry says, what is Craig's dream role?
You know what? There's a part I always wanted to play because I've always looked at it and thought to myself, I could really do something with that. I always wanted to play Bill Sykes in Oliver. And if they did love another version, like a serious, dark version of that.
Wow,
show,
that's random.
Yeah, I would
That's
love
choice.
that character, you know, with Bullseye, the dog, that time of London,
right.
You know. Not the musical, I'm talking about a serious film.
Yeah,
You know?
I know what you mean. Yeah. A different take.
Yeah, because he was my size, you know, he was a big fella. And there was a lot going on. And I'm a massive Oliver Reed fan. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any movies you're looking forward to coming out this year?
I suppose the Bond.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No Time to Die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
It's hard. Everything's been pushed back, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's all sort of a bit wacky, isn't it, at the moment?
It is, mate. It really is. Yeah, and nobody knows, does it, when it's all going to will it ever get back to normal? That's the thing. You know, are we going to be wearing masks forever? You know, is this just going to keep changing? Will the vaccines work? There's a million questions, isn't there? You know.
Yeah. AGT, would you ever go back to the Call of Duty games in the future? I think we know that answer. Yeah, if the money, if the dough's right, yeah. If the dough's
the guys who make it. But no, I think what they did, they changed all the cast, and I think you have to do that to keep things fresh. You really do.
Yeah.
You know, they're they know what they're doing. Jesus Christ, they know what they're doing. They're professionals. That's what they do, isn't it? Make these games and make them the best possible way they can to keep that buzz, to keep it fresh, to keep it new. You know. Yeah. I'm just happy that I had the games I had.
Mate, you've got a very impressive IMDb. I'm shocked you don't get more video games, actually.
Yeah, but you know, it's like the film. I mean, you're right for certain things, and you're not right for other things. You know what I'm saying? It's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so, but there's like, from all the characters you've played in video games, they're all sort of soldiers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas you've got a lot more range than that to give. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'll give you a couple more before I let you go, mate. I really appreciate your time, by the way. Any advice for upcoming actors?
Get a second string to your bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that seriously more than anything I can ever say. Obviously, keep dreaming, keep the belief, keep visualizing. That goes without saying. That's number one. You have to do that. You have to think you're better than everybody. You've got something to offer, and keep pushing. But what I would say is, if you can somehow do something where you're not 1,000% dependent on it, where you can get a little bit of money coming in from elsewhere, just in case you meet someone, you fall in love, and all of a sudden, within no time, you've got 2 kids. It can happen.
It sounds like
to
you.
me. Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah,
you know, I was at roofing, and I bought a sandwich bar when I was young. I always had a secondary income. You know, and I got into property because I was always worried. I was always scared of, you know, you got to look after your wife, you got to look after your kids, you got to feed them, you got to keep them warm. That responsibility as a man, and the acting can be like that, and it still is like that, you know. And as I said, there's so many people doing it now, but for young actors, try and get a little skill that you can always fall back on.
Yeah, I like that advice. Yeah. I know you became a grandparent as well recently. How was that? Has that softened you up a bit?
you know, it hasn't. It's made me even more. I mean, I'm more of a, you know, sometimes I overthink things, and
yeah,
you know, but I'm so about family. You know what I mean? My two boys, the girls, the kid, we see them every other day or every day. My wife's around there now. You know, I want to grow up with them like I grew up with my mum and dad. I was like that with my dad and my family. You know, it's very, very, very close. And to me, sitting there last night having dinner, and now another little member at the table, you know, family is it's so important. And, you know, you want to look after them, you want to keep them safe and as much as you possibly can, because, you know, as we said, you know, the world's changing. It's, you know, every time you pick the news up or you look at the news, you go, oh, God, it's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's lovely. It was a bit late coming. Two sons, I was like, come and liven yourself up.
How old are your sons?
They're like 31 and 30. You know, I was had kids at 26. Where was I? I was young. 24, 25.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 kids?
Yeah, 2 boys, yeah. Jack and Luke. But and they're both done. Yeah, they're both doing well, and you know, thank God, you know.
Because they produced a few movies of yours, didn't they?
Well, yeah, Luke, the youngest one, he's got his own company now, doing incredible.
Nice.
No media. They're really doing well. But yeah, he's a very smart boy. He produced 3 films and then sort of diversified and got into something much more. It's stressful. Producing films is hard, you know.
He's given it up for now, or what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, through the films, a door opened that he walked through.
Yeah. And
it's led to an even bigger room.
Oh, nice.
But it's hard, you know. You deliver a film, I'll take me out to any producer. It's, you know, Bart Rispoli, who I work with a lot, you know, who produced Villain. And I did Devil's Playground for him years ago, and he just produced.
I've got to watch that. I haven't watched that yet. Devil's Playground.
Yes, it's not a bad little film. I'm really proud of it. It's the first. He was the first producer. The character I played, Cole. It's quite complex. It was the first time round that I started playing sort of tough guys with an Achilles heel type of thing.
Okay.
But he's a very, very smart individual, you know, like the Andy Lovedays of this world on the foot soldiers. Yeah. They're very smart, clued up, you know. Yeah. They know what they're doing. They've got a great handle with material.
Well, that's the thing. It's about the people, isn't it? Get good people around you, and the gear's going to be top notch.
Yeah, but it's hard. As I said, you know, it takes a year to deliver that movie. You know. The post, it's endless.
Oh, I can imagine. Pivot says, I loved Avengement. The movie was perfect. That's another one I haven't seen. Is that Scott Adkins?
It is, yes, Scott Adkins. I've only got. I just came in for a bit. I just play his older brother, but we had some great drama scenes in it. And Scott's now trying to, you know, he's a fantastic what he does. I love him. He's incredible what he does. Yeah. But he takes his acting very seriously. Do you know what I mean? And he was trying to, although that's action packed, that shows a side of him that he was having a conversation about how you've got to show your chops as an actor. It's all right punching geezers and nutting them and doing this and doing that, but at the end of the day, you know, you may have a scene, you know, you're going to get these scenes that you're going to have to show a bit of emotion, and you want to make it real.
That's what I was going to ask you as well. With Muscle and Villain, the dialogue seemed so natural to you. Like, it didn't seem like it was on the page. It felt like you ad-libbed or so, like it was just so natural. How do you do that? Is
it's called good acting.
Okay. We know it was good acting, but like, is it your own take on the dialogue? Is that how you're doing it, or what?
Yeah, it's a little bit of paraphrasing, but it's just making the dialogue. It's just trying to make dialogue sound real, like you're saying it for the first time. And, you know, the more experience you get as an actor, you know, you get the confidence to, you know, play with the words, and you just do little things that just make it to the ear sound like you're saying it for the first time, you know, and not overplaying stuff, and just I've always tried to make everything as authentic as possible. And you know, for you to say that means that that's working, to make it real, because it has to be real, you know.
Oh, it felt very real. Kyle says your voice is so soothing, and I have to agree as well. Very soothing.
Soothing. It's funny. I did a voiceover today for a TV advert, and
how, do you just talk like your normal voice, or how do you?
No, they wanted me. They liked it, but they said, you know, can you go high? Can you get that? Can you get a bit more excited? I was
really?
Like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Why have you got me? Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never heard that before. Calming. Maybe I should do some meditation videos.
Hey, you never know.
I've been trying to do that. Funny enough, meditation.
You've been doing
Got
it.
to learn to calm down.
You know what? One in every 2 actors I talk to meditate. They love it. It's something, actors and meditation, they go hand in hand for some reason.
Right.
Why is that?
I don't know, but someone said to me a couple of months ago, and I'm trying to get into it now, because you need, you know, as you get older, you need to, especially in these times, you need
to reflect, or what? Just
settle down, and just settle down and calm, and you know, I've always been 100 miles an hour, and it's not good.
Yeah. Dad, just quickly a couple more, mate. DYI says, what was your thoughts on the controversy from Modern Warfare 2? So do you remember the controversy with the mission? One of the missions where you went through and shot all the civilians at the airport?
The Russian thing, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What went down with that?
I do, but I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we were on the periphery. I don't remember anyone ever asking me. And at the end of the day, it's like you're an actor. You go in, you do your bit, and you know, it's not down to you if they want to. They're being, I don't know. It's just, I've got to say, you know, me in my heart when I see, you know, you see a lot of this stuff in the news. It can't help. You know what I mean? What you can do. I know it's fantasizing, but
it's not helping.
It's not helping. If you're not 100% in here, then it can't help. Put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. Julian says quickly as well, difference between Gaz, Ghosts, and Wallcroft, in your opinion, like each game. What was the difference for you? How did you differentiate?
It was all the same, mate. Just like the name.
I thought you were going to say that.
That's just that Cockney geezer from London. He'll do it.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, you should do some comedy as well, seriously. You probably hear that a lot. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Well, we touched on it in Muscle. And,
yeah, I mean, it's dark comedy, I guess. I wasn't laughing a lot, but there was some moments, yeah. I'm talking like a buddy cop, you and, I don't know, you and someone, you know, back and forth.
I'll get Sly, he'll do it right now.
Yeah. You got his number, ring him up.
He's still hanging in there, he's doing his shit, isn't he?
He's
incredible.
He's an inspiration, that guy.
Yeah.
You know, the last Rambo, I enjoyed it. Actually enjoyed it. Yeah.
You know what? But he's so smart. I mean, you know, I remember when I first met him, he's so smart. He actually invented the strong character with the Achilles heel. Do you know what I mean? He was the man who went, how do you make someone interesting? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
he was always this tough guy, even Cliffhanger, you know, with his underlying demons. There's always something eating you. And I think that's so important because it makes people more watchable, you know.
Yeah.
If they're not just Terminator. You know.
Funnily enough, the Jeff Leach is in the chat, who is the new Ghost from the latest game. He says, when are Craig and I having a pint in Los Angeles, he says.
You know what? I've not. The last time I was there, I stopped off. I was going to Hawaii last year, or the year before for a holiday. But I've not been back. I had a little place there, and to be honest with you, I lost my mum and dad. I went through some personal issues, close together over a 2-year period.
Damn.
And it really affected me really bad.
What years was this?
It was 2013, 2015.
Damn.
My mum died at the end of 2015. My dad at the end of 2013. But it had a profound effect on me. It just really, really affected me really bad. And I don't know, it just made me look at things differently. And I'd been very selfish when I was young. You know, I had an amazing wife who stood by me, 2 young kids. I won't bore you with this, but and I was on that plane every time, chasing that dream, backwards and forwards. Because it was like, and then when that happened to me, I had a little place out there, and I just thought, you know, I've now got to be with my 2 boys. They're going to have family. I don't want to be. It's bad enough when you get a job and, you know, they pull you away for 8 weeks somewhere and halfway across the world. But when you're actually going, spending 6-7 months of the year away from everybody, chasing jobs that may take you away even further of time, although my wife always come out to every job I ever did, it just made me realise I needed to be home and I needed to change things. I'd spent enough time chasing the dream, and then lucky enough, a couple of films came along. Some things happened here that were meant to be.
Got some momentum. They
were meant to be. But I love the town. I love Los Angeles. It's a great place, and I was lucky enough to get employed there, nick a couple of jobs, and you know, a couple of games, some films, some TV. But I take me out to anyone who's there. It's tough. You know, you've got a million actors bumping into each other. Yeah. All going up for one role. It's a nightmare. It's been difficult out there now because I know a lot of stuff has slowed down. So, you know, he seems like a really nice guy, Jeff. He messaged me on Twitter and said, you know, I'm the new voice of Ghost. Good luck with it, mate. You know, to me, it was always another job, and I'm not.
No,
you know, I'm not being horrible about that. To me, it was always. I never really got emotionally attached to anything I've ever done. They're just jobs.
Yeah,
they come and go.
Yeah, Jeff's. I had him on, and he's always said nice things, and he's always said nice things about you, and considers you a great actor. So. I think that you just got to support each other, don't you? There's no point.
Of course, yeah.
You know, there's no point being bitter or, you know, anything like that, is there?
Listen, as I said, I was lucky enough to have my time in it, and I would not change it for the world. And I wish anybody who's lucky enough to be in them games, just to get what you can, you know, enjoy it. And they're a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fun.
And they're a lot of fun to play, mate. I know you don't, but I tell you what, you know, I would have been freaking 12 when that first game came out, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So, mate, it's been a pleasure to chat to you. It really has.
And you, Dan.
Mate,
finally.
We got it done. We finally got it done.
Got it done. What's the weather like out there at the moment?
It's raining a lot here in Melbourne at the moment.
Oh, really? No, I saw it on the news. Yeah, floods and shit and all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, mate. It's fucked in Sydney as well. It's just non-stop rain, floods, and our government's shit, and it's all over the shop at the moment. But hopefully things turn around, you know.
Yeah.
But at least we're not in lockdown. That's one good thing. We're completely out of lockdown. No cases. So. But, you know, there's a lot less people in Australia than there is anywhere else around the world, isn't there? So
yeah. Well, we're out of lockdown. I think in another week we've got outside dining opening up, which is going to be great. Just to get out and sit outside and have something to eat, and you know.
The week it opened, I think I was at a restaurant every other day because you could. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You don't realise what you miss until it's gone.
Far out, mate. I'd love to have you back on someday to talk shop, talk a few of these other movies, maybe next year or so. Hey, it'd be a pleasure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Watch Eye and tell me what you think of it, and then we'll chat. And you know, there might be some other bits and pieces coming through. But listen, thank you for some great questions as well. I mean, you obviously know your shit and you enjoy your film stuff. You were quite on it, so
thank you, mate.
Well done to you.
Before I let you go, is there anything Ghost or Gaz or anyone can say to Dan? Give him a quick pep talk while you're here. Come on, something. You got to give me something.
Actually, I can't remember him.
No, you can just say anything. I don't care. You can call me a C-bomb if you want.
You know what? It's so weird. What's the line they're always asking me to say?
Let's do this, is it?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. I can't. I'm not going to mug myself saying something stupid.
All right.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll let you go.
You're a lovely fella. Stay safe. And I'd like to keep this for Close Encounters. That was wonderful. I'm not trying to see what game that was.
That was COD 4. That was Modern Warfare 1. Yeah. That's Gaz, yeah.
But you tell me where the years go, because I don't know. I mean, to me, they all seem like so long ago.
That was 2007, from memory.
Yeah.
That one.
God, Jesus.
13 years.
Yeah.
Well,
listen, mate, I'll let you go.
Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Look forward to your next projects.
Likewise, mate. Stay safe.
You too, mate. Take care.
Good, mate.
Guys, there you have it. The legend himself. Mr. Craig Fairbrass. Did you enjoy it? And Jeff, thanks for stopping by. Jeff Leach was in here. That was a cool little moment to have the two ghosts in here. Got to get you back on, Jeff. Got to get you back on, brother. Martin Dope, you liked it? What a legend. Yeah, what a lad. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Rena. He was a fucking legend. GG, good bloke. Yeah, Jeff. He is a down to earth guy, hey? Really good stuff. And I highly recommend Muscle, and I highly recommend Villain. 2 of his latest films. Really, really good stuff. Jace, you're freaking late. It's okay. This is gonna be a VOD, so you can check this out later. No worries, guys. Once again, let's thank our members. The Onion Army. The members of the channel. Absolute legends. Thank you for supporting the interviews. Well, it's nearly 3 a.m. here in Australia, guys. So it's time for Danny Boy to get some sleep. But the next stream you'll see is Captain Price, the Australian version. Wow, this is going to be a crazy stream. You won't want to miss it, guys. You will not want to miss it. We've also got Judy from Cyberpunk and Roger, John Marston, Rob Weedoff coming on the show as well, guys. Thanks so much. Once again, subscribe, leave a like, share it with a friend. And take care.